Let's pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and legislative assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you've committed to our charge. Amen. Good afternoon, honorable members. Welcome to our today's sitting. And so I let the clerk to start the business of the day.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Proceed.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Under this one, we have Honorable Nicholas Zioka, the majority leader, to come forward and lay his papers.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly today, Tuesday, 17th May 2024. The Machakos County Budget Estimates for the financial year 2024-2025. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Nicholas Nzioka, Majority Leader. And that paper is committed to the Budget and Appropriations Committee and all sectoral committees. Next is on next order. Next is Honorable Brian Kisila. Kindly come forward and lay your paper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Brian Kisila, member of the Procedure and Rules Committee. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly today, Tuesday, 7th May, 2024. Report of the Procedure and Rules Committee on proposed amendments to standing orders. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Brian. Next is Honorable Francis Kitaka. Honorable Helen, you're holding brief on Honorable Francis?
But unfortunately, I forgot my glasses in the car, so I can't read. Oh, I can ask another member.
You can ask another finance member to come and read.
Honorable Speaker, before I lay the paper before the House, I also want to remind you of an issue we raised last week about lighting of this House, the chamber, Honorable Speaker. When members stand here to lead a report or to table papers, we have that challenge. And in case one forgets the spectacles, he or she finds himself in a very awkward situation. So, Honorable Speaker, this is the second time we are raising the issue, and let the concerned department do what is supposed to be done. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following letter. Before that, Honorable Speaker, my name is Vitas Dawa. I'm holding brief for Honorable Francis Kitaka, who is the chairperson, Finance and Revenue Collection. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly today, Tuesday, 7th May, 2024. Report of the Finance and Revenue Collection Committee on waiver of interest and penalties and land rates, building approvals and occupational certificates. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Judas, Minority Leader. Clerk, next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
On this one, I call upon Honorable Brian Kisila.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Brian Kisila, member of the Procedure and Rules Committee. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order number 2274, I wish to give notice of motion that this Assembly adopts the report of the Procedure and Rules Committee on proposed amendments to Standing Order as laid in the table of the House on Tuesday, 7th May 2027.
Thank you, Honorable Brian. Honorable Ndawa, you are the next. Come forward.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Again, my name is Ndawa, representing the great of people of Yata, Matu, and ordering brief for the Chairperson, Finance and Revenue Correction, Honorable Francis Kitaka. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order number 190, sub-order 5, I wish to give notice of motion that this Assembly adopts the report of the Finance and Revenue Collection Committee on waiver of interest and penalties and land rates, building approvals and occupational certificate as laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 7th May 2024. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Ndawa. Clerk, next order.
Order number 7, statements.
On this one, I call upon Honorable Nicholas Nzioka, the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee met today, 7th May 2024, to prioritize business for the House as forwarded by committees and honorable members pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 151, sub-order 6D. The committee balloted business as follows. Tuesday afternoon, 7th May 2024 at 2:30 p.m. 1. Response to a statement sought on status of county machinery used in maintenance of rural roads by the Honorable Mwoki Musila. 2. Report of the Procedure and Rules Committee on the proposed amendment to standing orders by the Honorable Stephen Mwandi. Wednesday morning, 8th May 2024 at 10 a.m. Report on waiver of interest and penalties on land rights, building approvals and occupational certificates by the Honorable Francis Kitaka. Wednesday afternoon, 8th May 2024 at 2:30 p.m. 1. Response to a statement sought on status of recruitment of ECD teachers and distribution of learning and teaching materials to ECD centers by the Honorable Anastasia Mtevu. 2. Report on assumption of office of the second governor of Machakos County. That's continuation of debate by the Honorable Phoebe Koki. Tuesday morning, 14th May 2024 at 10 a.m. Report of the half-year performance for the Department of Environment and Natural Resources for the financial year 2023-2024 by the Honorable Frederick Kitetu. Tuesday afternoon, 14th May 2024 at 2:30 p.m. Report on the Machakos gender policy by the Honorable Benjamin Kinyungu. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Nicholas. Next statement is by Honorable Moki Musila.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Mwoki Musila, MCA Ndidine. Response on statement of status of county machinery and maintenance of rural roads. Honorable Speaker, Standing Order 41.3 provides that where a member requests for a statement from the committee chairperson relating to matters under the mandate of the committee, the Speaker may either appoint a day for the statement or direct that the statement sought must be issued on the same day, and the statement sought be restricted to matters within the mandate of the committee and which have been exhaustively dealt with and concluded by the committee, or where the chairperson is authorized by the members to issue preliminary reports to the House. Honorable Speaker, on 17th April 2024, during the afternoon plenary sitting, a statement on status of county machinery used in maintenance of rural roads by Honorable Brian Kisila, MCA Mwala Makutano Ward, was sought, seeking the following. A, list of all county machinery in working conditions by make and type. B, list of all grounded county machinery by make and type and their location, and state whether they are serviceable or obsolete. C, the amount required in servicing all the grounded machinery, serviceable machineries. D, the department's plan in ensuring that the grounded serviceable machineries are serviced and continue serving their intended purpose. And E, departmental plan in disposing obsolete equipment and replacing them with the new ones. Honorable Speaker, in response to the above statement, the committee requested information from the Chief Officer, Roads, Transport, and the department responded via letter dated 24th April 2024 as follows. A, list of all county machinery in working conditions by make and type. The county has 35 working equipment comprising graders, shovels, excavators, dozers, etc., as per the table below. Mr. Speaker, I wish not to go to the detail, but just go reading motor graders. There are 7 of them. Excavators, there are 5 of them. Shovels and loaders, there are 2. Dozer is 1. Roller is 2. Pneumatic roller, 1. Bitumen distributor, 1. Water boozer are 2, tippers are 11, fuel tank is 1, prime mover 1, and low bed trailer 1. B, list of grounded county machineries by their make and type and their location, and whether they are serviceable or obsolete. The table below shows all grounded county machineries as requested. 4, list of grounded county machinery. Asset type, the number there, the registration is given, the asset description, status, and the location. Graders, Mr. Speaker, on the graders, we have 5 of them that are serviceable. We have another 7 that are unserviceable or obsolete, and those are all in the county garage. Excavator, which is 1, is serviceable at the county garage. Shovel is serviceable at the county garage. Dozer is serviceable. Sorry, Mr. Honorable Speaker. Shovel is unserviceable and is obsolete and at the county garage. Dozer is serviceable. Pneumatic roller is serviceable. Tippers, there are 10 that are serviceable. There are 4 others that are obsolete. Water boozer, there are 4 that are serviceable, or in county garage, exempting 1 that is serviceable at Zambani. That's a garage, privately owned. And then there are 2 that are obsolete water boozers. Service vans, there are 3 of them that are all obsolete. Dumpers, there is only 1 that is serviceable and 3 obsolete. Pedestrian rollers, 1 is serviceable, 4 are obsolete. Road cutter, there are 2 that are serviceable and 1 that is obsolete. Road marking unit, 1 is serviceable, 2 are obsolete. Question number C, Mr. Speaker, the amount required in servicing all the grounded serviceable machinery, the total number of serviceable county machinery is 27, which requires Kenya shillings 22,244,000 to make them, to be in good working condition. Item C, the department's plan in ensuring the grounded serviceable machineries are serviced and continue serving their intended purpose. Repair, servicing, and maintenance of the county machinery is done on routine basis, depending on the availability of the budget. Item E, departmental plan in disposing obsolete equipment and replacing them with new ones. The department has established a working committee which is working on a disposal plan of the obsolete machinery. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mwoki Musila. Honorable Brian Kisila, is that response satisfactory?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I must say I'm very impressed by the quality of work done by the chairman and that committee. And Mr. Speaker, as you can see, we have a lot of assets. And the rains are with us. Our roads are in a very bad shape. And honorable members, one of the things which will make us come back here is good roads. Mr. Speaker, I urge members to, especially the Transport Committee, to work towards ensuring that this machinery, which are in good working condition, are serviced. And I'm also urging this honorable house to avail 22 million shillings to be able to service the 27 equipments which are in a working condition. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I'm very satisfied, and I want to commend the chairman. Keep up the good work. But Mr. Chairman, we are counting on you. You realize that even the last grading which was done, most of the wards we did not manage to get to all the wards. So, Chairman, we are counting on you to ensure that we come back. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Brian. And also thank you for the committee for that good job. Clerk, next order.
Order number 8, motion, approval of report on proposed amendments to standing orders.
On this one, I'll call upon Honorable Brian Kisila to come forward and hold my brief.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'm very proud to hold brief for you, being a very able vice chairman of this committee. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to standing order number 227, I wish to move the motion that this assembly adopts the report of Procedure and Rules Committee on proposed amendments on standing orders as laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 7th May 2024. Yes, I call upon Honorable Lloyd Mutua to second my motion.
Thank you, Honorable Brian. Thank you, Honorable Lloyd. I now propose the question that this Assembly adopts the report of the Procedure and Rules Committee on proposed amendments to standing orders as laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 7th May 2024. And before I invite you members for debate, let me call the mover to take the House through the highlights of the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll be very brief. I can see members want to go and check if their dams are okay. So I'll be very brief. Honorable Speaker, this is a report of Procedure and Rules Committee. The members are listed as, membership is listed there as members can see. And Mr. Speaker, I'll briefly talk about the background. You want me to go to recommendations? Yes. Okay. But I want to go through the observations. Mr. Speaker, the committee considered Honorable Jackson Daka's proposal on amendments to include question time, where CCMs will appear and respond to questions raised by honorable members in the plenary, and noted the following. 1, that the Machakos County Assembly Standing Orders provides for General Oversight Committee, and the functions of this committee is to interrogate county executive committee members or any other authorized person on matters of great county importance and other matters that cut across committees. Number 2, that the following laws have given select committees powers to acquire any needed information from the executive, and the laws are well outlined there. In view of the above, the committee was convinced that the General Oversight Committee and the sectorial committees have the powers to effectively acquire all the information needed to effectively execute their roles. The committee therefore concludes that amending the standing orders further will not achieve amending the standing orders to achieve the same objective will be a duplication of roles. Number 2, on the proposed amendment to amending the name of decentralized units and county administration committee to insert the word urban development immediately after the word units. The committee noted that the current standing orders provides for the oversight of the urban area municipalities as part of the mandate of the committee, and hence the proposal is covered. So the committee did not admit the proposal. Number 8, committee recommendations. Honorable Speaker, in view of the above, the committee recommends that 1, the House does not approve the proposal by Honorable Jackson Daka to amend the standing orders to include question time where county executive committee members will appear and respond to questions raised by members of the plenary. 2, the committee also did not approve the amendment of the Committee on Decentralized Units by inserting the phrase urban development immediately after the word units and immediately before the words county. Number 2, the General Oversight Committee has a critical role of ensuring that all matters of county importance and the matters that cut across committees have been oversighted and objective advice and recommendations forwarded to the executive for effective service delivery to residents of Machakos. This committee should therefore ensure all matters committed to it are executed effectively. Conclusion. Honorable Speaker, it is therefore my pleasure, duty, and privilege to table before the Honorable House the report on procedure and House Rules Committee on the proposed amendments to the standing orders. Mr. Speaker, that is the report, very simple and to the point. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Brian. I now invite members to debate the motion. Honorable Judas Dawa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My name is Judas Dawa, the MCA for Matu. Honorable Speaker, I will start by congratulating the committee for realizing that they were going very slow. Honorable Speaker, you can recall we were here last week with the same issue, and the committee was pleading with the Assembly to give them an extra 21 days. But since the Assembly did not approve that, they have now taken the right track, and I want to say thank you to them for concluding the business in time and bringing it before the House. I will request the other committees to also follow suit. Honorable Speaker, coming to the business before the House, I strongly agree with the recommendation of the committee. And Honorable Speaker, if I say agreeing, is to say I'm supporting. I should not be misunderstood. And the reason why I'm agreeing with the report, Honorable Speaker, the intention of the amendment of the standing orders, or whatever was intended to be achieved by the amendment, Honorable Speaker, that has already been addressed by other laws. We don't need to labor a lot trying to amend standing order to have ministers of ECM to appear before this House. Honorable Speaker, the reason why I'm saying we should not go ahead and start mutilating our standing orders is that Article 35 of the Constitution talks about access to information. And when it talks about access to information, Honorable Speaker, it says every citizen. And another word for a citizen is a person. Another word, if you go to proper English, and the English for the law, used in the law, a person in law is, the law recognizes different types of persons. We have natural persons and we have artificial persons. So here the word citizen, we can now use the word person. Assembly itself is recognized in law as an artificial person. So Article 35 gives us the Assembly right to access what? Information. Honorable Speaker, again, our standing order number 189. Number 189 of standing orders of Machakos County Assembly. Number 189 is the one which talks about General Oversight Committee. And if I can read that standing order, Honorable Speaker, there shall be a select committee referred to as a General Oversight Committee, and which shall be composed of all members of the County Assembly. That is number one. Number two, the General Oversight Committee shall be chaired by the Speaker, and in the absence, the Deputy Speaker. Number three, the functions of the General Oversight Committee shall be to interrogate County Executive Committee members. So whatever you are looking about is already addressed by this standing order. It is very clear. To interrogate County Executive Committee members. So, Honorable Speaker, I agree that there is no need. Again, Honorable Speaker, I refer you to Article 195 of the Constitution. Article 195 of the Constitution gives the County Assembly or any of its committee powers to summon anybody regardless of the status. So, Honorable Speaker, that article also allows or gives this assembly powers to summon anyone. So if our intention was to bring those CCMs here, we have a way. So the issue of amending the standing orders is not necessary for now. So, Honorable Speaker, I 100% support the report.
Thank you, Honorable Dawa. Honorable Dominic, then Felix will follow.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think this matter is as good as done, Honorable Speaker. I just want to throw a spanner in the box. Honorable Speaker, this was a proposed amendment. And as I throw the spanner to the box, I want to give a challenge to these honorable members. Let us read our standing orders. That is what guides this assembly. If the honorable member who had made that proposal had read the standing orders, then they would not have proposed the amendment. So, Honorable Speaker, it's surprising that you can find a member in this honorable house who cannot even tell you what standing order Mawa says, which is a very serious issue. Standing order number one. You might find a member of this honorable assembly who doesn't know about standing order number one, which is quite unfortunate. So what I want to say is, even supporting the committee in totality, even without even inviting the CECs here, the big question that we should even ask, have we exhausted all available mechanisms to bring reports in this house so that we can summon the CECs to come here? The Constitution is very clear. The county assembly shall not interfere with the executive performance directly or indirectly. We only exercise that through our standing orders and through committees. So I support the committee and ask of members, let them go and read standing orders. Even when we stand here and say, on a point of order, you need to be caught in what standing order you are standing on, not just on a point of order. Under which standing order, Mr. Speaker? So I support the committee's recommendations 100%, and I say that let us do our assembly roles, oversight representations and representation here as per our standing orders, not through imaginations. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Dominic. Honorable Felix Ngoi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to echo the words of Mheshimiwa Dominic that this report is a matter that has already been exhausted. Mr. Speaker, you realize that the standing orders that we use, we amended them from the National Parliament standing orders. I happen to have been one of the members of the First Assembly for the Committee of Rules and Procedure, and I sat on in that committee to do the standing orders, and I believe the Second Assembly also had also an opportunity to do some amendments. As Mheshimiwa Dominic have just said, most of us here do not read the standing orders, and when we go to trainings, we are trained on the standing orders, on the Constitution, County Government Act, and such kind of things. But it's a high time that we get serious on reading the documents that are our tools of work. So as Mheshimiwa Ndawa has just put it straight, that all these what was being asked by that motion has been covered in our standing orders. So without much ado, can we just adopt this report and move for another bit to another business? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Brian. Honorable Kavio.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the resolution by the committee. As the previous speakers have spoken, it is very clear. But Mr. Speaker, I would also like to request you to request the previous two speakers to withdraw part of their statement where they are alluding that members of this House do not understand standing orders, because it's a matter that they cannot substantiate that members do not understand, because we are live and members of public elected, competent, and members who can comprehend. So, Mr. Speaker, through you, I request that they withdraw that. Thank you.
Honorable Dominic Maida, I think you cannot substantiate that, as Honorable Kavio has just said, so you need to withdraw that.
Honorable Speaker, this House operates on statements of facts, which are already captured in our standing orders. It can't be said anyway better than what the Honorable Minority Leader has said. He has directly went to quote the relevant standing order that contradicts the members' request to amend the standing orders. And that is where my argument comes in. If the honorable member had read the standing order and understood it, would not have subjected the committee to that tedious work, including being voted here last week to go and do its work timely. I have no apologies, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Dominic, you know, you quoted standing order number 1, but not the one that was quoted by Honorable Minority Leader. And so I believe many of members maybe know what is in our standing order number 1. So can you kindly...
Honorable Speaker, I have said, and it is unanswered, that you might find, I did not say expressly that there are members who do not. I have said you might find that there are members who don't even know about standing order number 1. It can be retrieved from the answered.
Point of information.
Mr. Speaker, the honorable ranking member should stop misleading this House, because what Honorable Minority Leader has alluded in his response, he was trying to give justification that what the member was asking can be sufficiently addressed by our standing order, which is true. But the member has also not taken time to go through the request that was put by the member who had sought that amendment. The request by the member was to have periodically, you know, the members of executive are normally invited to the committee of the whole House on special occasion. So the member was proposing that we have specific times when those members can be appearing. So, and I don't think it's not a crime for a member to seek clarity and also to move. So we should not be in the business of bullying members, because today or tomorrow there will be a member who will have a good suggestion, but for fear of intimidation or being spoken down, they will not bring that matter to the House. So I still hold the view that members in this House understand the standing orders of this assembly, and the member who sought that response was only looking for a way to improve on our standing order, which is not a crime. So it should not be assumed or perceived like members don't understand their standing orders. And I don't think it's hard for the member to withdraw that. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kavio.
Honorable Speaker, I don't want to make this matter a subject of discussion or direct confrontation.
if only the honorable member trying to push for the withdrawal listened to me carefully and understood what I said. I have said simple English.
Point of information.
If we can accustom ourselves to reading even the documents that we are provided for in this house, then some of these issues, Honorable Speaker, might not resort to this. Because one, it is an embarrassing moment maybe for the honorable member who thought if it sails through, it will achieve the intention. But if only we read the documents that we are provided for in this assembly, then at the end of the day, Honorable Speaker, we might not end up to this. That's what I'm trying to allude. I have not said that a specific member or members of this honorable assembly I have said we just need to accustom ourselves on the documents and booklets that we have in this assembly to guide us in performing our constitutional duties in this assembly, Honorable Speaker.
Point of information, Mr. Speaker.
Point of information, Honorable Ndao.
Honorable Speaker, I just want to inform you and the House. The only remedy for issues raised before this House, which cannot be substituted, the only available option is only withdrawal. That is the only available option. Second option, if the member cannot withdraw, it is upon the chair to send that member out. Those are the only available options.
Let the member withdraw. Point of information, Honorable Felix.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, what Mheshimiwa Kavyu is requesting, the withdrawal of that statement from Mheshimiwa Dominic, Mheshimiwa Dominic did not say that members do not understand. If I heard him clearly, he said that some of the members don't read our standing orders, and that was the point. So there's no point to withdraw here. He said that some of the members don't read our standing orders, not that they don't understand. So I don't see anything to withdraw. Thank you.
No, Honorable Brian, you will have your time. You will have your time, Honorable Brian. I think, Honorable Maitha, may you kindly withdraw that we just proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I will not withdraw because I never offended anyone, and I just said clearly, I never said
the
any honorable
integrity
member.
of this House, Honorable Maitha.
I will not withdraw, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Maitha, withdraw that statement. It affects the integrity of the House. Or else you may be sure the members that do not know what our standing order number 1 entails.
Honorable Speaker, the reality bites, the truth bites, and the truth speaks for itself. If the honorable member is condemned, I withdraw, but the truth remains.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Dominic. You know, fortunately, this is a house of politicians, and sometimes I believe they can change anything to fit what they feel or what they want. So, members, can we proceed? Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I want to say I feel vindicated. Going by the events of the last session that was discussing this matter, the mood of the House was a little bit hostile. At one point, I felt naked in the sense that the honorable members, many of them, were trying to, for lack of a better word, murder the committee or the committee's report. However, I am a strong believer of people that we learn every day. And I say that by the recommendation or the decision of the honorable members not to give the committee the 21 days that they had sought to go and prepare a report and bring it to the House, I think the honorable members, because I think they were given until the next session to bring a progress report, were quick to highlight the provision of Standing Order number 189C, that already what was being sought was actually in our Standing Order. But I also want to say that, Mheshimiwa Maitha, we read and sometimes we forget. So it's not that the honorable members don't read. We cannot cram the standing orders. A honorable member will be having, on a normal day, would be having so much to handle. So much so that you need to read and sometimes reread and again reread the standing order. But what I would say is that let us internalize our standing orders and make them, it's our Bible. It is our Bible. Now, I thank the committee for highlighting that and reminding us the same verse that they had read to indicate the need for change. The real reverend, that is the chair of that committee, has interpreted the verse well, and thankfully all of us are going to heaven. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Majority Leader. Honorable Lloyd, then the mover will come to reply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to support this report. One, I would like to say the member who sought this statement was doing so in the interest of helping the county and the delivery of the services in the county, but the reasons given did not really meet the threshold of changing the standing order. Because for me, in my opinion, I would have thought, other than calling the CEC on a plenary sitting, when it comes to oversight or accountability of what we ask, is very well answered on the Standing Order 189C. So I'll request our committee, the best we can do is building on the section, that section Standing Order number 189C, because it's giving like few reasons at why we can call the CEC in the committee of the oversight, general oversight. In the issues where like we have a committee has been unable completely to get the CEC, or the CEC is not entering to that committee, such a reason as well can be included in that, because the main reason there, other than matter of urgency in the county, the only thing included in there is where the minister is cutting across many departments. The thinking of the committee was also that if we bring the issues of bringing the CEC here in the plenary, probably if that person, was, the CEC was coming to answer the issues concerning finance, that means the finance committee has failed in its work. And when we call the CEC here, we are not likely to get a proper information like we can get from the committee investigating that matter. The second issue was about the decentralized unit. In the functions of the decentralized unit, the ones that were asked to be included are already captured in the function. So if they are captured in the function, we did see the need as to why we should put it on our title that is already long. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Lloyd. Honorable, I now invite the mover to come and reply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think that was a very good debate. And I'd like to thank members for supporting the motion. Special thanks goes to our committee members, especially yourself, Honorable Lloyd, and Honorable Dixon Maondo, and Honorable Matthew Ndunda, who yesterday burned the midnight oil to ensure that this report comes on time. There is a saying in Ukambani that a chameleon is very fast. It only depends on who is whipping it. The committee was asking for 21 days, But within 48 hours, it was able to produce a report, meaning that we can actually do a lot as committees. Number two, why do you think the member was asking for CECs to come here? I think there is a reason. Maybe as a sectoral committee, we are failing. Maybe we are failing. And I'm calling upon all chairmen who are here, all members who are here, please let us take our work seriously. If we summon our ministers, they will give us the information. And this house works through committees. Even if you call them here, you will not be able to get the answers. You can get them through committees. So I think there is a point of us working hard to ensure that our committees are functioning. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, what Mheshimiwa Dominic is saying has some truth in it. Let us read our standing orders, and I'm appealing to you to make an order that these standing orders be given to these members on a soft copy. Because carrying this book around all the time, now we are technical savvy. So if these standing orders can be put in our tablets, it will be very easy for us to quote the standing orders, but we read the standing orders. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Brian. I now put the question that this Assembly adopts the report of the Procedure and Rules Committee on proposed amendments to standing orders as laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 7th May 2024. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Thank you, honorable members. And now the House adjourns to Wednesday, the 8th May 2024 at 10 a.m.